So here we are, back for part 2. No, that's 4, but it's 2 and it's 2. Part 2 of our escape room in a box challenge. This is the second half of the session I was doing last time, so I'm just going to let myself crack on and show you what's happening, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye!
Hello, Bonnie! Welcome back to Life and Other Circus Skills.
I thought I'd try out another form of escape room. Escape room in a box. This is a level 4. I have no real idea how it works. Doing a little unboxing. No, it's not a fighting box. Win. Panic! The entire tomb seems to be covered with riddles. Good times. Didn't realise they had a time limit for the box. Shit. It's like the Crystal Maze where they just lock you in if you can't finish the challenge. They just lock you in. Don't look, my eyes! This game has no board. So we have to figure out which symbol belongs to which code, what the code stands for, put that into the decoder disc, and then somehow solve the riddle. Are the answer cards magic? Okay, so we start with a riddle. L-shaped symbol. Numbers written in word form. I have a feeling this is going to take longer than 2 hours. It's a shit ton of splodges with numbers in. So help cards are helpful if you found the right riddle card, which I haven't. To solve this riddle, you have to have found riddle card F. Yes! Something you actually managed to do. I don't have a mirror on me, so I'm doing this in my head. So match the numbers with the hieroglyphs on the, okay. 0 is a fish. Fish. Right, this is answer card 11. Super, the sarcophagus is open. Yes! Woo, woo, woo. So, shall we start with the Cleopatra page and see what that gets us? Right, Cleopatra page, where were you? Where were you? Right, so Cleopatra's game was D before B, A after C, C switches with D, B before A. And then it says on the clue card, the riddle card, oh my god. I entirely know what's going on. I know exactly what each card does. When Cleopatra plays, she always reads from bottom to top. I think this has got to connect to something else. It's not just those letters. So we're going to come back to that. In the interim, I think this one, with its little twisty-turny things, must relate to that page we had here. Is there anything obvious here? So on this page, obviously there are letters at the top, I, K, E, C, T, but that doesn't necessarily match up with the letters on the back side of the card. So I'm going to look at the help card again and see what we've got. So this says, to solve this riddle, you will have to have found riddle card F. Yay! We have that. You will also need page 4 and page 10 in the book. Okay, so this one is the page 4, and then page 10 is the burial chamber again. Okay, then what? Take a closer look at the image on page 10. What object is the symbol printed on? Ooh, okay, let's have a little look. What object is it? So we're looking for a diamond. An ice cream cone? An ice cream cone. What's this got to do with ice cream? And was ice cream even a thing in ancient Egypt? Or maybe I'm reading too much into the ice cream and it's actually just supposed to be cone? Okay. So let's go back to page 4 then. Oh, C as in cone. So I'm sort of turning this round and wondering if the C then tells us which way up we're supposed to use this card. So we've obviously got Cheops at the top, but how does that help us? Because I can line that up. I still don't know what we need the letters for. So for example, if we did it this way and lined it up with the letters and then line up those letters with those hieroglyphs, like what does that get us? What does that mean? What does it even mean? If there are 5 of those and you only need 3 to break the code, I'm going to look at the second clue and see if that helps at all. Clue 2. On page 10, you will see an ice cream cone lying on the floor. Okay, good, we got that. Now take a look at the letters on page 4 of the book. Can you at least do something with 3 of those letters? Okay, I can make the word ice. Okay. Place the square from the riddle card. Yeah. In the correct orientation in the space on page 4. Follow the correct... Okay. So I was doing the correct thing. I just hadn't quite figured out the back end correctly. So actually using the word ice is what gives you the 3 out of the 5 code things. Okay, that's good. This is not so bad. This is not so bad. So we need ice. Ice, ice, baby. Bing, 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 bing. If we're following I... That takes us to a bird. I'm sure that's a particular kind of bird, and I can't remember what kind of bird that's supposed to be. Okay, so what symbol are we doing? Diamond. Ooh. So if we set diamond's outer ring to bird, and then C takes us to some kind of flower. Again, I feel like I'm supposed to know what these are. I did probably once upon a time, but I cannot remember right now. So let's find a little flower. And there. Great. And then, where's E? So E takes us to the Sphinx again. Okay. Inner Sphinx, where are ye? There we are. Okay. That's that. And that gives us the number 2. Okay. Getting a bit of a roll now, just certainly in terms of the process. I'm still not entirely sure I get what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so then we want answer card 2. Hi, I'm answer card 2. This code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? So, on the ice cream cone. Oh, it's not even got a picture of the ice cream cone. So does that mean I'm really, really wrong? Definitely says 2. Definitely got all those symbols. I might just look at the solution card just to see what it tells us to do, to be honest. Ah, okay. So I was right. So, okay. If the C in Cheops is pointing up, if the C in Cheops is pointing up, yeah, this way, you have oriented the square correctly. Okay, well that's what I did. So where have I gone wrong? Now follow the letters I, C, and E. They will lead you to the symbols bird, flower, Sphinx. Enter this code beneath the symbol on the decoder disc. I did that. So I did do it correctly. But then why am I not getting the correct answer? I'm confused. This code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? So the only other thing I can think is that it says the code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? Now, it does have the scarab trinket box that we got in this card, the Riddle Card U, which also has a diamond shape on it. And then it says open me at the bottom. So whether this opening that we're supposed to be doing right now relates to the scarab box rather than something else, and so maybe we go from there. I don't see what else we could do based on this, and that we know that we had the answer right to get to this because the help cards told us that's the solution and I was correct. This is the only other thing I can see, given that it also has a diamond on the scarab box. So this one then says go to answer card 13. You have opened the scarab casket. Way! Okay. You find riddle cards A, I, and Q. Take these riddle cards from the stack and look at them. So does that mean I was correct in my process? I'm still not entirely clear, to be honest with you. Well, let's take A, I, and C from the pack and see where we get to. A, I, and C, A, I, and Q. Oh my god. Right. So this is A. which says, when Tutankhamun plays, he only sees every other starting with the first. What was the other? I. Riddle card I. Oh! Sketch of Imhotep's palace. And then Q. Riddle card Q. Ooh! So this has a plus at the top. Ah! This must relate to Cleopatra's game. Because it says A, B, C, and D, and then we've got some symbols underneath. Okay, so I think we solved that one. That was a bit weird. Okay, so I am going to discard then those cards for the moment and assume that we did that the way we were supposed to. Shall we then see if the Cleopatra thing makes sense now that I think I've got 2 cards for the Cleopatra puzzle. So this one was riddle card C, and that says, when Cleopatra plays, she always reads from bottom to top. And then there's this one with the letters on. So I'm going to come back to the old game page. So there's got to be something that takes us from 4 to 3 to get the code, right? And this has the cross symbol on it. So I'm actually going to go for the hint cards and just see if it tells me anything else other than play switcheroo with these letters. There's got to be something that reduces it down to 3. So let's just see. Maybe it says once you've done the 4 thing, you just take the first 3 or the last 3 or something like that. So let's pop that there then. Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, so plus clue 1. To solve this riddle, you have to have found riddle cards C, L, and Q. Do I have those? I've got C and I've got Q. I don't have L. Oh, okay. Interesting. You will also need page 8 in the book, which I've got. You have to change the sequence of the stones on card Q. That much we've figured out. Page 8 and cards C and L give you the rules for doing it. Okay. So I don't have all the rules I need. What other things can I do in the meantime? So that obviously means we can't finish that yet then. Okay. So the other new ones are, we've got the map of Imhotep's palace, and then we've got the Tutankhamun one. It says, when Tutankhamun plays, he only sees every other starting with the first. So if I go back to Tutankhamun's game, which was this one with the bold letters, where I'd already actually come up with some numbers. Whoops, oh my god, everything's falling apart. I don't know. So we've already got, we had 9, 3, 1, 4, 8, 6, 2, 7. So we sort of partially solved that already. But then we have got some clues here for the square. So I've got, hello, the square at the top of that and the square at the bottom of this. So let's see if we've got what we need. To solve this riddle, you have to have found riddle card A. Boom, we've got riddle card A. You will need page 3 in the book. Fine. Then it says, what word might have been written at the point of the burn hole, which is right there in the middle of this one. What word might have been written at the point of the burn hole, and what is this message supposed to be telling you? He only sees every other line, I'm guessing, because he's written a lot of lines, starting with the first. So maybe then, if we look at every other line and the numbers there, does that narrow it down to 3 numbers? Okay, so it says he only sees every other line starting with the first, if we're assuming that word is line. So starting with the first is if you want to enter through this door. So he sees that line, doesn't see the next line, sees the third line, which is where we had the number 3. So I'm just going to circle that. Okay, doesn't see the 4th line, 5th line, none of the bold letters are on there. Sixth line is where we've got the number 4. Not that one. Next line would be then the number 6. Not that one. Oh.
Error.
So, not that one, but that one, which is 3. Not that one, but that one, where there's nothing. Not that one, but that one. Oh, hang on, I got that wrong. Oh, no. Right. Oh, God. Counting. I only have to count every other one, but apparently that is a challenge. Okay, let me try that again. So, C's the first one, not the second one. C's the third one, which is the number 3, which we've circled. Not the fourth one, but the fifth one, which has no bold letters. Not the sixth one, but the 7th, which is where we've got 8. So 3, 8. Not the next one, but the next one, which is where we've got 2. And then not the next one, but the final one where there are no bold letters. Okay, now we've got 3 numbers. All is well with the world. So that gives us 382. Very helpful that I already half solved that clue. Okay. So where am I now? What's next? We need to use this key of joy to put 382 into the old code-breaking disc of joy. So, right, let's put that one over there. My life is so good. I've got so many things here. I'm so, what do I do? It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is what overwhelm looks like, by the way. If you feel overwhelmed, take a breath. And then just start with one thing at a time. So, the one thing we need is the decoding disc of joy. We have this. The numbers I need are 382. I need this one to help me turn numbers into hieroglyphs. I completely spat on the decoder disc of joy. Grim. And then I need to know what shape we are working on right now. So we're working on the square. Because it's... Hello, there we go. It's the square because it's this one. Okay. So under the square then, where is the square? There's the square. So the 3 is winged scarab. Hello, here we go, winged scarab. 8 is Sphinx. That's already there conveniently. And then 2 is, oh my god, pick it up! 2 is, oh, little Egyptian person going like this. Oh my god, did I gobble over it twice or just extensively? Right, yes, little Egyptian person. Where are we? There we go. Whee! So that gives us the number 4. I feel a bit like Sesame Street when I say those things. And today we've been working with this letter and the number 4. Okay, so we then want, just rearranging my shiz. We then want answer card number 4. What have you got to say for yourself, answer card number 4? Oh, why are all of these like, oh, it may be right? Feel the pressure of this. Right, the code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? So, based on what happened with the scarab, I'm not necessarily definitely looking for... I'm not necessarily definitely? Come on. In some cases it might be the location, i.e. we've seen it on the main main image that we've been working with, or it might be that we see the symbol somehow in relation to one of these areas. I've lost the booklet of joy, hang on. So if we come back to this a moment, we're looking for a square. Yes, I thought so. Because of course this is so tiny that I can't always tell what's going on. So yes, it is. So it's in a section on the wall on the right hand side of the main picture, which takes us to answer card number 5. Okie dokie. Fingers crossed, peeps. A good attempt, but unfortunately the code is not correct. No! Did I bugger up the every other line thing again? Shit. Okay. That's definitely where the square is on the picture. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, error. So I was looking at the one on the top right. Top right? Yeah. And actually, that's not the same area on this picture. They're trying to confuzzle me on purpose because it's so small. So actually the area might be the one second on the left where it's pointing to answer card 30. So let's try that for a second. Answer card 30, where are you? No, right at the end. Answer card 30 says, the door to the burial chamber opens. Woohoo! You come to the treasure chamber of the great Tutankhamun. That's exciting. So I'm out of like the first main chamber. Okay, right. So let's put 4 back in the pack, and then let's see what 30 has to say for itself. You find riddle cards L, T, and V. Oh, good. We needed L for the Cleopatra puzzle. Woo! Progress! Take these from the riddle cards pack and look at them. Take them and look at them. Why don't you? Okay. L, T, and V. Getting quite a collection of riddle cards over here now. So, L. This one says, when Cleopatra plays, she only sees the last 3 slabs. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Okay. So I think we'll do that one next. What was the other one? T. Which has like a little Y sort of shaped symbol. And it says, in Nefertiti's game, at errors she aims. If they don't get pierced, nothing gets found. Intriguing. Sounds like there are bubbles. Bubbles. So we'll add that one to the pile of ones I need to figure out later. Actually, I'm going to make space, because if we can figure out the Cleopatra one next, then that removes 3 of the ones on my pile. What was the final one? V. Right at the end. Ooh, which is a new picture for us to be looking at. That's cool. Okay. Oh, and this says treasure chamber. Okay, so this is the chamber we're now in. Super, this is good. Okay. Progress. And let's put that back in the answer card pile. Alrighty, so let's come back to Cleopatra, our dear old friend Cleopatra. Okay, so Cleopatra's puzzle. So it's not a very big book, but trying to find the pages is like turning it in circles. Okay, so we are back to... No. Oh my god. There it is. Right. Finally found it. So, oh my god! Oh my god. I'm just flapping cards everywhere. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. We've got this. So, this is the card that we are working with. And it's the 2 supporting pieces of information are when Cleopatra plays, she always reads from bottom to top. So that's going to be with this bit. And then when Cleopatra plays, she only sees the last 3 slabs. So basically, we use this to get them in the right order, and then we take the last 3 once we've swooshed about. So, we're gonna write things down. So we start from the bottom, which is B before A. So we've basically got little feathers before birdie thing. I'm literally trying to draw a bird and it's not going well. I'm not going to show you what I'm drawing. That would just be embarrassing. Okay, so feathers before birdie thing. And then C switches with D. So that puts us with flower and then winged scarab. These are phenomenal pictures. I'm so sorry you don't get to enjoy them. Not. Okay, C switches with D. So current order is then feathers, birdie thing, flower, winged scarabed, and then A after C. So that puts little birdie thing at the end, at the far end. That's going to be backwards for you. At the far end. So at the far right end. After. I can't talk at all today. I think my brain is now imploding from all this hardcore thinking. Not something I do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so little birdie is going after, what did we say? A after C. So it goes after the winged scarab. And then the final piece of information is D before B. What's B? B's the feathers. So the flower goes before the feathers. So the final order is flower, feathers, scarab, and then bird. Which in letters is... Oh no, actually, I don't need the letters. I just need the thing. So the final three... So yes, Cleopatra only sees the last three slabs, which are feathers, winged scarab, and bird. Okay. I'm feeling like we've nailed this. So, what symbol are we working with? The cross. I need the feathers. Hello, feathers. There we go. Then winged scarab. Hello. And the bird. Not to be confused with the other bird that I couldn't remember the name of. Both of these birds have specific names. I can't remember either of them. Maybe one's supposed to be a crane, one's supposed to be like, or I want to say a hawk, but that's not what I mean. It's some kind of bird of prey. And I cannot remember, honestly. Anyone who's good at Egyptology will just be sat there scowling at me right now. I feel shame. So, this clue is sponsored by the number 21. 21, 29, oh my god. Can't even make a joke without it failing. Right, so 29. That means we want answer card 29. Please just say yes. The code may be right. Might it? Okay. Where do you see the symbol? So we've got similar laydown. Where do we see the symbol? Where do we see the symbol? What is the symbol? The cross. Okay. Go back to the picture. If you were a cross, where would you be? Aha! So this is actually also relating to the treasure chamber. Where if you look down at the bottom there, you'll see that the cross is on the chest. So on here, that takes us to answer card 21. It's all coming together now. 21. Unless this says I'm wrong. Perfect. The chest is open. Woohoo! Woo, woo, woo. I've got this, guys. Ooh, okay. You find riddle cards B and R and the strange red item. Take the red item out of the box and the riddle cards from the stack and look at them. Okie dokie. I feel like we're getting a rhythm now. I'm still really none the wiser, but at least it feels rhythmic. Okay. So let's go with red thing from box. Oh, another perforated scenario. Okay. This has got more hieroglyphs on it, so I'm popping that down there. It's good. I'm feeling okay about this now. And then we want riddle cards B and R. So riddle card B. Oh, this is the one that explains the splodgy page. So it says, cover no more than needed, but cover all brown splotches with the bedchamber, all green splotches with the garden, all red splotches with the reception hall, all blue splodges with the washing chamber, all navy blue splodges with the colonnade, all yellow splodges with the hearth. That sounds complicated. We maybe won't do that one today. Okay. What's the other one? R. Hello. There we go. Riddle card R. Oh my god. What is this? I don't even know how to describe this to you, but at the top of this card is a hexagon. Otherwise, it's a grid of extreme doom. I'm going to need to magnify this when we figure out what it's for. Okay, so the cards I've currently got available, we've got Riddle Card T, which is about Nefertiti's game, and it has that Y-shaped symbol. We've got the Treasure Chamber, which also has the Y-shaped symbol. So I might go there next. And then we've also got that sketch of Imhotep's palace, which I think then coincides with this one with the splodges, where we're talking about bedchamber, garden, reception hall, washing chamber, colonnade, blah blah blah. But I haven't quite figured out how yet, so we'll come back to that. And then yes, we have the grid of joy with the hexagon on it. So where we've got the two with the Y shape, I'm going to go to those help cards. So we've got those on hand. And then let's go back in here, see if we can find Nefertiti's game again. Hello! So Nefertiti's game was that image. And the blurb says, in Nefertiti's game, at errors she aims. If they don't get pierced, nothing gets found. So I guess we're supposed to figure out what's wrong in the picture. I mean, the first thing I've immediately spotted is that someone has a gun in their hand, so that can't be right. So I'm looking for other things that might be obviously wrong. She aims at errors she... Oh, hang on, at errors she aims. So maybe the gun is aiming at something. Maybe it's a double meaning. What's it aiming at? I mean, there are lots of hieroglyphs here, so whether... I'm supposed to find things that are pointing at hieroglyphs. So I'm going to look at the first clue just to see if I'm along the right lines at least. So it says, to solve this riddle, you have to have found riddle card T, which we do. Okay, great. You will also need page 7 in the book to decipher the instructions on card T. Some of it has to be understood literally. Yeah, I was wondering about the pierced as well. Like, pierced could relate to someone being stabbed, or maybe like pierced ears, because there are some earrings going on. So if we're assuming that the character in the bottom right is Nefertiti, she's not pointing at anything, but she has like a nobule on her head that's pointing upwards. The gun that I'm seeing as an error is directed up towards the top right. It's not sort of pointing at anything specific that I can see. There's obviously something obvious that I'm missing. Okay, let's have a quick look at clue 2. Because I think I'm doing the right thing, I'm just not seeing whatever I'm supposed to be seeing. On page 7, you will find a painting with 3 relatively obvious errors. Okay, well I found the one error. It's just the other 2. So it's things that wouldn't belong in ancient Egypt. Poke through the... Oh! My God. Poke through the page in the locations where the 3 errors are found, ideally with a pen or pencil that can actually write as well. Then take a look at where the pen or pencil marks land. Oh, okay, so what is on the page behind? Oh, so where I'd originally made that joke about bubbles, they are like numbers in bubbles, so that will give us the numbers for the code. Okay. Don't really want to pierce the page, so we'll do it as a look-see. So, okay. Well, we found the gun, so I know that that doesn't belong there. So let's see what the gun might poke through to. Number 1. Okay. 1. So what else shouldn't be there? I mean, there's the weird lump on her head, but I don't know. They're suggesting it's supposed to be obvious errors. Things that don't belong in ancient Egypt. Oh, look, there's a hat. A hat. Okay. So top left we have a hat, and that would poke through to the number 8. Okay. Ah, a jacket. Okay. They are obvious errors, but they're actually not. They're not, other than like the gun, which had jumped out at me, they're not necessarily things that jump out of you unless you're looking a bit more carefully. Okay, so what does the jacket poke through to. Number 5. Okay. So the only thing would be then, what order do these numbers go in? Does this give us any hint? Take a look at where the pen. So, I mean, there's one on each. So there are sort of effectively 3 layers, 3 levels on this painting. So if we started from the top where the hat was, that was number 8. The gun was then number 1. And the jacket was number 5. So it could be 815. Oh, hang on. On the page with the bubbles at the bottom it says from left to right, which would make it, ooh, because if you look at where the jacket and the hat are, they're almost on top of each other. That's tricky. So I think it would be 8, 5 and then 1. Okay, let's try 8, 5, 1 and see where that gets us. What am I doing? This is the Y shape. Y shape? Y shape, okay. And then 8 is the Sphinx. 5 is an eye. We haven't had the eye yet. That's cool. And then the Eye of Ra, I think. And then the 1 is the Bird of Prey. I can't remember, but should remember. Whee. Okay. Which gives us the number 16. Answer card 16. What have you got for me? A card with an X that just won't do. Unfortunately, the code is not correct. God damn it! Okay. That means that I didn't get the numbers in the right order. But you're saying oh! From left to right on this page. So it will be 815. It's fine. I've got this. Let's try again. Okay. Where are we? Right. So 8 is still the Sphinx. 1 then is the Void. And then 5. What did I say? 5 was 5 is the Eye of theoretically Ra. So that brings us to number 17. Let's try again. Okay, this code may be right. Where do you see the code symbol? So we'd already seen it in the treasure chamber card above a death mask. Okay, so that is third down on the left, which tells us to go to card number 7. Okie dokie. Woohoo! Says, great, the mask is opened. You find riddle cards J and P. Take these cards from the stack and look at them. And then what cards do I want? J and P. J. So this is J. Ooh. This one says, draw over the tiles, but only these. So whether that has something to do with the hexagonal... Oh, yes, because look. It's got a hexagon in the middle of here. I don't know whether that's to do then with the crazy psychotic hexagonal card. That seems logical. Okay, what was the second one? It's P. This one says, without the palace, you are lost. But the sketch will only help up to a point. You need the blue original. And then underneath it says, let's rock, spoke Imhotep, as he destroyed his original palace. And this has a circle on it. So I think then this one must relate to the splodge card and the sketch of Imhotep's palace. But that feels complicated already. Okay. I'm feeling quite good about this. I got a lot further than I thought I would. And once we sort of got into the rhythm of it, it felt a lot more fun than it did initially when I had no idea what I was doing. So yeah, okay, I think I'm going to leave it here for today and come back afresh another time and see how that goes. So yeah, thanks for joining me for this one. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've also enjoyed the slightly different format of the inner box versus the inner book. Stay with me for the next episode. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!